Pilates. I'm with you live today. Sorry for last week, I wasn't very well, so I was just having to rest up for that time. But back today, let me know if you're here live with me. And if you're on the catch up later, I'll come back to those comments later. I get the notifications, so you can always drop in then. Let's get ourselves moving. Take your legs a little wider. Remember, in this class, you can do it standing, you can do it seated. And if you really struggle getting down to the floor, because there is a sort of lying down section, doing seating from your bed is a really good idea, because you can sit on your bed, and then when it comes to the lying down, you've just got to move and get your legs onto the bed rather than worry about getting down to the floor. Who have we got there? Hi, Jackie. Lovely to have you. Right, so those legs are a bit wider. You see I've got my little sway on going from side to side. Or who is there? Hi, Irene. Lovely to have you too. And we're going to start, I'm going to come a bit closer, just tapping, like a gentle patting, up your arms, across your chest, anywhere that feels like a bit of a wake up. Take it to the sides, down the legs, and it's gentle. You could go for the very tips of your fingers, which if your fingers hurt when you press them or they bend back a long way, can be nicer. You could just choose one or two fingers. Thank you, Jean. Yes, I am. Thank goodness. I was feeling really last week. Really sleepy. And as you do this, you might feel a bit of a buzz, a bit of a tingle, and just enjoy the sensations. Just enjoy the energy moving around your body. Go for any bits that you can. We're going to stop in a moment and just feel what we've created, that buzz in our body. Right, let everything go. Just let the arms hang. You can close your eyes if you feel safe to do so and you're comfortable to do so, or just gaze at something that isn't moving. Just let everything be. And then open your eyes. Feel all those tingles. Right, let's bring our feet into a parallel position. Look down, and you're looking for a paperback book size gap between your feet. If you're seated, there's room between your legs to place two fists. And from this place, we're going to grow a little taller. So imagining your crown going upwards. If you're standing, soften your knees slightly. Place your hands on the bumpy bits of your hips, and you might have to dig around under bits of your clothes or just through bits of your body. Have a little dig around, feel those pointy bits. And then we're going to take a breath in, send it right around your chest, front, back and sides. And as you breathe out, push those hip bones backwards. If you're seated, you're going back off the bumpy bit of your bum onto a squidgier, softer bit. Now as you breathe in, they come forwards. It's small. Use your breath out and feel your belly sort of pull in and pull you back. And as you go forward, belly releases. Standing up, got my soft knees. You can just see this line here between the light colour and the dark colour moving a little. It's not big. Just seeing how that low back feels today. And then let's give it a little side to side wiggle. Just this bit. So if you're seated, it's like you're trying to lift your hip up towards your armpit. There isn't much room for it to go because the chair sort of stops too much movement. If you're standing, you're trying to stop everything else joining in. Just getting your lower body side to side, those hips coming up towards your armpits. And then grow tall. Place a hand on your chest and a hand at the back of your head. And see if you can grow even taller. You can give that back of your head a tap. And then release your hand, keep that head position, let your head turn as easily as it can. If you're super stiff, make it small. As you move, you might find it moves just a tiny bit more. And then pause in the middle, and we're going to roll to one side and then the other. Controlled, just trying to get into all the nooks and crannies. And if you feel comfortable making a bigger shape than I'm making, go for it. Back to the center. Or give your shoulders a roll. And as you're doing this, watch that your chin doesn't poke out. It easily sort of feels like it's going for a walk when you do this one. And let your arms hang as heavily as you can. You might feel like tiny circles of your fingers just drawing against your thighs or just bits of it as they touch. Breathing in as they come forwards and up. Out as they go round the back. Maybe one or two forwards. And then looking down at your feet, lifting your toes up, just the toes. If you're seated and your toes are difficult to get up and you're able to reach forward, you're allowed to do that. To use your fingers to encourage them up. You could bring them up, let go, see if you can hold it and take them down. And if you're standing, you'd rather be seated for that. It's all good. So we've got our toes coming up and down. Now all the toes down. See if we can spread them out, all 10 toes, as evenly as we can. So it's not rolling in like that. It's not rolling out like that. It's somewhere in the middle. Now we're going to lift our heels up. You're allowed to touch something to help in case you're feeling a bit wobbly. Don't worry about how far you go. I've not gone very high. Slowly down. Resist yourself dropping down. Breathe in, come up. Breathe out, slow, lower. Breathing in, come up as high as you want to go. Breathing down, slow, slow, slow. Oh, I couldn't go slow enough. If you feel you want to challenge yourself a bit more, bring your legs closer together. That's seated or standing. And if you're seated, place your hands on your chest. If you're standing, arms out for extra balance. Go tall. Lift those heels. Oh, I'm trying to keep my toes down. They're trying to come up too. And then slowly, slowly, slowly down. Take the legs a little wider. So they're now about shoulder width. It's a magazine between our feet. We're going to go for a side bend. So I'm going to slide down first and then the same side. I'm going to start taking an arm upwards. So how far are you comfortable going? It might be here. It might be that you're comfortable taking your arm over the top. Might be you'd rather have your arm here. Next time you go over same side, let your hips go the other way. So you create this sort of almost like an upside down L shape here. And come back to the center. Breath in. Breathing out, side bend. And let your hips slide over and then come up. Now if you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, make it small. Don't go very far. You don't need to push it. We're going for one more. This time turn your head and look up a little. Might be a little, might be all the way to the ceiling. And then straighten yourself up. Give your shoulders a little reset, little wriggle, and then we're going over to the other side. So first, slide down and then come up tall. Next, maybe your arm, sort of like you're going to wave to somebody. Or it could have a little stick onto your head and salute. That one's nice if it feels like your neck is sort of going way before your body. Really like that. And you might even take an arm right over your head. Now on this next one, we're going to let the hips, this time they're going that way. Keep your feet down. We're going to go again. Remember osteoporosis, osteopenia, I would stop about this point. Still getting your stretch, think about opening this area up. If you haven't got osteoporosis or osteopenia, you might go a little further. Last one, this time turn your head towards the ceiling. And then straighten yourself up. Bring the arms forwards. So I'm reaching towards you, palms are downwards. And then turn your palms the other way, as if you're pulling something back. Let your elbows sort of brush against your sides, and then take the point of your elbows back. Now, I should have said if you're in the chair, you'll need to shuffle forwards, otherwise you'll bang your elbows into the chair. Push your hands forwards, they're flat like they're on a table. Spiral them round, pull back. This time we're going to push them flat like a stop sign. Push and pull your shoulder blades and that bit of your back that I'm jiggling there, pull that back a little. Now turn the hands, pull your elbows back, push away, pull your shoulders back, spiral the hands, push back. Well done. Take the legs wider. If you're standing, let your feet move, let your legs move and start to sway. If you're seated, come to the edge of your chair, legs are a little bit wider. Slide your hands up and down. And then start to swish the air around you. Now, I don't know about any of you, but because the weather has actually been dry, I've been in my little courtyard garden doing a bit of gardening. So I'm hoping this is going to ease the stiffness of being on the ground and getting gravelly sort of grit stuff out and compost and scooping stuff and emptying flower pots. Bit of movement just to ease that stiffness out. And then pause, arms forwards. Bring your shoulders down, bring your hands down a little. We're going to drop the arm back and take the elbow back till it bumps on your chair if you're seated, and then bring that one forwards. Same on the other side. So that's seated option. If you're doing this standing, we're sliding that elbow back. Same side knee is coming forwards. Osteoporosis, osteopenia, you want a moderate turn, maybe like a quarter turn. If you are comfortable with your spine, you haven't got any back issues, and it's okay for twisting, you might go a little more. Might be you start looking behind you more. One more each side. And then bring it back to the center, give everything a little shake. We're going to take an imaginary ball in our hands. We'll take our legs wider, and we're just going to start to pass it from hand to hand, sort of figure eight style. See that I'm starting to push between my feet. If I'm doing this in the chair, I'm pushing as well. My sort of pelvis is like the stable bit rocking from side to side, and my feet just lifting and pushing me. And then we're going to forget about the ball, and we're going to push to one side, like we're trying to push something away and round the corner. Same side again, come back onto this leg, can lean onto this side. You might not want to bend it if it's hurting, but if it's okay, you might bend it a bit, the knees going over your toes, and then push away. Breathing in as I come back, breathing out as I push away. Last one. And then the other side. Pushing away and round the corner a little. Like a sort of arc. The weight's coming back onto this leg, and then I'm pushing it forwards onto that leg. Oh, that foot even came off the floor. Last one. And then straighten yourself up. We're going to go for a one-legged balance. You can use something to help you. So if you're using something to hold you, have the supporting leg that's still next to the chair or the wall or whatever's helping. I've just got my fingers balanced on it. Grow tall. We're going to take our foot and make an arc shape. Trying to swing it in the air. Pointing it forwards. You can see I'm a bit stuck, I'm crashing into something. You might be able to take it all the way back. You might be able to take it part way round, whatever works. If you're seated, forward on your chair, so you're a little bit wobbly, and then you're drawing, it's like a quarter circle. Might be with the ball of your foot or the flat of your foot. You might even do it with the tip of your toe. Hard work here. And last one. Let that leg have a little sway or walk around with it if you are standing. And then we're going to go to the other side. So growing tall first. That foot's coming forwards. I'm just going to bring my legs back so you can see. I'm going to give you a side view, I think. And then I'm going to take it round and forwards. And if I look that way, I'm out of a window, I'm just looking at somebody's wall, like the bricks of their house, and that's helping keep me balanced. You could even try and close your eyes. Oh, that makes it tricky. Or narrow your gaze, just so things go a little bit blurry. And that was the last one. Give your legs a bit of a shake out, or let them go in and out if you're seated. And then we're going to take our arms upwards. Up, palms are facing each other. Look up at them. And then spread your hands. Let your fingers ripple outwards. We're going to go again. Arms up. Spread your hands, ripple outwards. And then we're going to send our bum back if we're standing. You're going to hinge slightly forwards if you're seated. And then start to place your hands on your thighs. Push yourself upwards. We're going to do the same again. So arms up, look up at them. Hands doing those raindrops down the side. Send your bottom back like you're pushing a drawer closed. And then we're going to walk our way up. One more. Oh, arms forwards, that's the one. Out to the sides. Send your bottom back, nudging a drawer closed. And then walk your arms up your leg, your hands up your leg. We're going to go to lying down. So you might be lying down on your bed. You might be taking the time now to lie down on the floor and get yourself comfortable. You might want a cushion for under your head. We're going to do some things with a cushion, some things without. So move your position to something that's right for you. If you're on the bed, just pull the duvet back, just so you're on a slightly firmer surface. Just change my plan over so I don't forget everything. And then we're going to take it downwards. So we're lying down. And take a bit of time to get everything just feeling comfortable in this new position. So get your clothes comfy, get your head comfy. Lots of wriggles. You want everything to feel as relaxed as it can do, as at ease as it can possibly be. Check that when you just relax your head and neck, that your eyes are looking up at the ceiling, not behind you, then you need something under your head, and not between your legs or your knees, too much under your head. Something Goldilocks style that's just right. And then let's have our knees and feet together. Take your heels out to the side and your toes forwards. And now just let your knees open slightly. Hands down on your low belly with your hip bones just under your palms. We're going to breathe into our whole rib cage all the way around. And the sensation you're looking for is around the back, particularly because you're against your bed or against the floor. Take a breath in. Hold it for a second. And then just let it out. Blow out. Let it come out from your nose. Take another breath in. Fill up your rib cage. And as you breathe out this time, send your hip bones, they're coming like towards you and then downwards. And as you do that, you're feeling yourself rolling on the bony bit of your bum, the sacrum. And your lower back lowers, might lower to the mat, like squashing bubble wrap or something. Or it might just lower, but you can't feel it lowering because your back's quite arched. As you breathe in, let that just rock up again. Feel a bit of space behind you. Breathing out. Rocking the other way. Check that your bottom and your legs are feeling relaxed, particularly your bottom. You want it to feel nice and squidgy. Breathing in. Relax down. One more like this. Breathing out. You just feel your bum is just about to come off the floor and then take it down. And then we're going to have a little wriggle. So you can see my hands just moving, my legs moving, Like I'm trying to lift up one side and then the other. Not a lot, just a little bit. Like I'm just trying to get, you know, when you're on the sand and you're trying to get a really comfy bit of, like make a shallow with your bum to sit in. Always feels like it's going to be more comfortable than it is, I will say, because when you try and get up, you really feel it then. So we've got a nice little side to side wiggle going on now. And now I'd like you to start to take it into a sort of figure 8 wiggle, or any sort of squiggle like that, like an S sort of shape. You can make it super small. And don't worry if it's taking you a while to get this shape going. It's taking me a while too. And you might try it the other way. Oh, goodness me. I don't know what that's going on there. But there's movement and that'll do. And then we're going to pause. Now, this one's easier. Imagine a plate, a marble going right round the edge. And it's the sort of plate that has a good edge on it. So you could roll a marble right the way around it. Get that marble rolling. Nice and smooth, nice and round. And then pause and roll it the other way. So our pelvis and our lower back's getting a lovely massage at the moment. All this different movement. Last one. And then pause. Right, now we're going to slide whatever's under our head away and bring our arms down by our sides. Bring your feet just a little bit closer. Start to press into your feet like you're about to stand up. Obviously, we're not going to stand up here, but just pushing downwards. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're just doing that pelvic tilt again and just lifting our bottom up. It stays soft. Push into your feet. Now lift it a little higher. And once you've got it just off the floor, lift your hips up. Hold it there. You can reach your arms down, make a bit of support out of your arms, and then roll it back down again. Starting again, breath in, pushing down for your feet like you're about to stand, rolling back so you can feel your bum lift up, and now starting to lift your hips up. Hold it there. Try turning your arms so that you're on the sides and the little fingers and just press into them a little. If your hips can go a little higher, take them higher. And then let it go gently, 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 gently down. Going up again, we'll have the arms flat so the palms are downwards. That tilt. And then as soon as you've got this bit of your bum, that bony bit that sort of rocks back upwards, now take the hips up. And you go into this straight line, might be a low line, might be a higher line. Now let's raise an arm and the other arm and push away, little pushes. You can breathe out. And then leave your arms up there, pushing away, and let your back and your bottom, your pelvis, melt back down again, arms down by your side. Well done. Let's do another of those, last one of those. Breath in, breathing out, starting that tilt, pushing down into your feet, lifting your hips up. Now push your hands away, bring them back down and push, 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 push. Bit like you know when you have to help someone push their car, you just got to get that engine going. It's a very light car though, and we are doing it at quite an odd angle, but there we go. And then roll down, keep your arms up. And then when you get down, take your arms out in a T shape and just let your hips just sway really gently from one side to the other. Keep your shoulders down, upper back down, and just let that rocking sway. And then we're going to take our legs one at a time in towards our chest. So you can hold the back of your thighs, you can hold your knees, and stir circles with each leg. The feet stay closer together. The knees are the bit that really move.
and see how big you can make those circles. Depends a little bit on how long your arms are. The legs are flopped. They're not sort of up like this. They just flop down. And then we're going to go the other way. And then place your legs down. We're going to go up into that bridge again. So keep whatever's under your head away. This one's different. So slide your hands down. We'll do that tilt. We'll lift up just like we did before. Now I want you to come down just on your right side, as if you're only trying to touch that right side on the mat and the other side not at all. So you can see I go a bit wonky. I'm coming down towards you. And then when you feel this side, this butt cheek, down on the mat, let the rest come down and have a rock. Settle yourself, breath in, going up again. And then rolling down on the left side. Settle again, going up, down on the right side. Settle, last one, going up, down on the left side. And then knees it into the chest again. This time a little side to side rock. You might go super gentle, keeping it small. You might go all the way pretty much from one side to the other. And then we're going to keep one leg with us. So I'm going to keep my right leg with me. The other leg's going to go downwards and hug it in. You could hug underneath if you don't want the pressure here, or you can hug it on top. Keep that leg long. Creep the other leg away. You could slide it away if it feels okay. You can even slide it in the air if that feels okay. So think what feels right for you. Does that feel better? Is that nice for your back? Is this okay? You might even feel like hugging yourself and lifting up a little. You can really get in tight. That leg can stretch away. Like we're just about to give our knee a little nose kiss. And then bring that leg back and lower yourself down. Lower that leg down, arms out to a T, and just let your head have a little turn from one side to the other. It's just rolling across the back. And now we're going to do the same on the other side. So bringing the other side in, hugging it in as close as you can, letting this flop. The foot's long, it's not sticking up. Creeping the other leg away. So it could be like that. Or it could creep away in space and hover. Or you could hug inwards as if you're just about to, and you can see my nose is not touching my knee. So I'm just as if I could. And now I could either creep that leg away or hover it away. And just holding it. And then bring that leg back. Lower yourself down. Arms out in a T. Let's take the legs wide. Let's dip one knee in. Keep the other knee up. Straighten up. The other knee comes in. This knee stays up towards the ceiling. One more each side. And now let both legs fall to one side. Let your head turn the other way if that's comfortable for you. Breath in. Sticking your back down to the floor. Let the legs switch over and roll your head the other way. Breath in. Roll yourself back. Switch over. Last one, switching over again. And then bring your legs together. Roll onto one side and push yourself upwards to seated.
Little bit of hands to finish. Just spread your fingers out. And then bring your fingers together. Spread them out, together, out, together. And they're sort of trying to press together without scrunching up. A work in progress. Out, together, out, together. Keep them together. Now it's like they're trying to do a little tabletop, a bit like we do tabletop legs. So I'm doing tabletop fingers. And I find this quite tricky. So straighten them and then lower them. You can do one side at a time. It's like they are bowing to each other at your knuckles. Next one's different. Going to make a hook at the top. Oh, come on, little finger, you can go with me too. I'm going to come a little closer. That's it. Now we're going to take it down even more into a fist. Now this next one, really ball your fist up. Your hand, thumbs can be on the inside, the outside, but don't really squash your thumb. And now we're going to spiral it out like a flower. Bringing it in. I'm going to try to start with a little finger. And then spiral it out. In and out. In and out. All done. Take your arms down by your sides, palms outwards. Scoop up the air. Take a breath in. Bring your arms as high as you comfortably can. Have a look at them. And then as they come down, let them come down to your chest. Give yourselves a clap. Lovely to see you again. I'm going to be back next week. It's a special next week for Dementia Awareness themed week. So it'll be a slightly different class. Look forward to seeing you again. Slightly different time, 4:45. I think I'll see you. Bye-bye.